Before we start this video, tell me down in the comments your ideal, now this is not necessarily something you own, you could own it, but tell me your ideal combo of microphone and audio device. So, microphone and audio device. In this example, we're setting up the Shure SM7B with the Wave XLR. Welcome back to the Rebel Tech channel. I'm Justin, and in this video we're going to be setting up the Shure SM7B, a very popular broadcast microphone, dynamic microphone, with the Wave XLR by Elgato. I'm going to go through about 8 steps. Could be more, could be less. I think it's about 8 in my script. So if it's more or less, I'll just add them on or take them away. So expect 8, but that's subject to change. So let's get started. All right, so our first step in setting up this combination of microphone and audio interface is put your Shure SM7B on a stand. Now, most people that are going to be using this setup will have the Shure SM7B on a mic arm that you would hook up to your desk or whatever it is. Right now, it's on a mic stand. With the Shure SM7B, you're going to need an extension tube, so something to create space between the microphone and the stand itself, especially with your mic stands, your mic arms. They kind of bunch up with the Rode PSA-1 or the Blue Compass, two very popular ones. You kind of get bunched up with the XLR port being right there. So you can use a quick release, which I prefer, which creates distance between that XLR port and the top of the mount of the mic arm, and then also gives you room to put the FET head if you have one. I kind of recommend you put it into the Wave XLR, but it's up to you. I'm going to do a video comparing with and without. I also have a video of, do you need a mic activator with the Shure SM7B? So keep an eye out for that one. I think it's going to be out already before this, so go check that one out after this. I'll leave a link in the end. So extension tube with that will allow you to plug in your XLR port nice and clean. That's a little less of a setup with the Wave XLR, but I'm just trying to give a to B, or A, B, C, whatever. What's the 8th letter in the alphabet? Future me will let me know, and I won't know right now, but I will know in the future. Now you need to hook up your XLR cord. In this case, I am using a FET head. Plug it directly into the Wave XLR, and then I hook up the XLR port into the Shure SM7B so that I don't have to worry about having any extra stuff going on the microphone itself. If you want, you can always put it into the microphone if you prefer it that way, but I'm going to do videos related to the mic activators and see how much of a difference it makes on which side of the signal chain, but that's a little bit in the future, and I did a little bit of an example in the Shure SM7B mic activator video, so I'm going to do more once I get more, maybe in the future. We'll see. Now that your microphone is set up, the last part of the hardware is plugging in your Wave XLR. Now, it's a USB-C to USB-A or C, depending on what you're using. So you plug that in and let it boot up. You're going to need to download the Wave Link software. Now, you get that from Elgato. I'm showing you some B-roll of how to do that. I'll leave a link down to the download down in the description. And you download that. If you've used Elgato stuff in the past, it's pretty simple how to download it. They make it very easy for you to get the software and everything like that. Now that you have the Wavelink software downloaded and all those tracks are up, we're going to focus on the microphone track exclusively for this video. In this software, you got the microphone track. You're going to choose the type of microphone. Now, this can be confusing if you are using a FET head or a mic activator that requires phantom power. Now, it says condenser microphone. condenser microphones need phantom power, but a dynamic microphone with a mic activator also needs phantom power because you need something to power that mic activator. So if you have a mic activator with a dynamic microphone, throw on 48 volts for condenser microphone. If you do not, then just go regular dynamic microphone. Now, the next step is getting the right gain for your microphone. And they give you a nice range there of dynamic or condenser. And I kind of like that for like a person who's not used to audio signals and getting a nice healthy signal without clipping or being too low. So for me, I don't necessarily need it because I've been working audio for a while and I understand it, but it's a nice reference and it kind of takes a little bit of brain power off so you don't have to think as hard. But obviously, I'd rather just do it myself because I could hear it better and I know it better. But it's still a nice thing to have. So get it to a nice healthy level. You probably want in that yellow range of your peaks. You don't want to get it to be red because otherwise you're going to clip. There is a clip guard, but I wouldn't want to test it too much. And one more thing, to adjust the gain, you could either use the slider or you could use the turning knob, as Eddie Izzard calls certain things. If you turn it, it goes up and down, but if you click it in, you can choose microphone, headphones, or the mix between the two. So you can mix between your headphones and that and see which ratio you like of microphone and headphones. So when you're bringing in gameplay or whatever it is, chat or whatever it is, you can mix that on the fly by clicking it in, which is really cool. So these last couple of things, you have a low cut filter, which you have off 80 hertz or 120. And the last thing that you have an option for, there are a couple other things going on, but the last thing that you need to consider is a clip guard, which is basically a limiter. If you know what a limiter is, it just limits the amount of gain, the peaks of your levels. And this is a very powerful limiter or clip guard. I had it on a couple of times and I didn't notice any like harsh cutoffs, which is really nice. I was very impressed by the software and really impressed by the power of that it offered and how clean it was. So I'm very happy with how they did it. And coming from a studio background, highly recommend them doing more like that, like giving more in-house software like that, like what's the word I'm looking for? Plugins, because these are technically plugins. And speaking of plugins, this software supports VSTs. So if you have any VSTs from Pro Tools, from whatever, as long as it has that VST type file name, you could put it onto Wavelink software, which is awesome. Reaper is free, I think, so you can download those. I use a couple of them. I like their EQ and I like their compressor, but other than that, I really haven't used many things. I've tried the EQ, I've tried the compressor. I've had good luck with that, so use that. If you're using OBS as well, you could throw it into that, but I'd rather do it in the Wavelink software because you could keep your audio all set, and then when you're sending it somewhere like OBS, you could just say, hey, this is my signal, don't worry about anything else. That is how you set up the Shure SM7B with the Wave XLR. Now, all these steps really do apply to almost every microphone, and pretty much 99% of dynamic microphones. With condenser microphones, it's a little bit different, but for the signal chain and how to set everything up, this is pretty much how you do it. I just wanted to do it with the Shure SM7B because this is a popular combination, the Shure SM7B and the Wave XLR. So if you have any questions, any comments, let me know down in the comments section. We could talk about this setup, talk about your specific setup that you're looking for. If like you want the RE20, or for example, I don't have one, but maybe in the future I'll get one. If you want a setup with a condenser microphone, I have a ton of them, so I could do a video like that. I could also do a live stream, which I plan on getting back into live streaming. I could do a live stream where I just plug it in and do a quick setup for you guys. And that's pretty much it. I really like this combination. It probably is my favorite combination of audio interface to microphone. Just because of the form factor. I think that's really what is appealing to me. So that all being said, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please hit the like button down below. It'd be greatly appreciated. Helps this video, helps this channel, and really just gets it out to more people. Share it around to some people if you share it on social media or whatever. I do not use social media really because I don't understand it, and 2, I don't trust it. But that's just my own personal tinfoil hat stuff going on. Personal preference and stuff like that. Nothing really against anyone else using it. It's just for me personally. So, like I said, comments down below. Please consider subscribing if you like my vibe around here. It'd be greatly appreciated. It's a cool community. I have the Discord as well down in the description, so join that as well. All I ask is to be nice and be a part of the community. Be a good part of the community and have good vibe about yourself and present yourself well and represent the Rebel Tech community well if you join. That's all I got to say. Thanks again, and I'll see you Rebels in the next video.